Right, let's get this show on the road then, shall we? I mean, I should clarify this first. Black Sausage is on Celtic TV, I believe it is, but it's Premier Sports if you're looking for it. Little test to make sure that things are up and running as intended. If it crashes, I will throw hands. Yes! Woo! Right, okay, I think it's working. It's a good thing that I did a practice stream because apparently I had to update Streamlabs, which I had to do last second, but I think we've got it. I think it's coming through as intended, and hopefully there's no frame drops, because that was a big thing. It was dropping like 4 or 5 frames a second for stints last time, so hopefully that's fixed. How yous all day? Nice to see you as well. Shout out the first few. So how you doing, Chateau? Nice to see you in as early as always, brother. Fuck's sake, you must be up on a early bird status to watch this game. Give you credit where it's due, fella. Hope you're doing alright. So likewise with you, Hitman. Hope you're doing alright yourself as well. Miss Peter, I think you're a new face. Hope you're enjoying yourself. How you doing, Kate? Nice to see you. What spam is that a type of luncheon meat that comes in a tin? Technically you are right, but it just basically don't mean, you know, spam like 50 messages at once. Allow people in chat to actually voice their opinions so I can actually have a chance to see them, especially when in the middle of a game. How yous all doing though? Wholesome and healthy. I suppose that's one way to describe it. How yous all doing though? Liverpool won 3-1 yesterday. It was a very good game for Liverpool yesterday, honestly. There was a few interesting games, to be fair, across the board yesterday as a whole. I mean, did anyone see the Bochum and Bayern game? That was incredible. Don't know how the fuck Bochum managed to do what they did, but give them credit where it's due. They popped off. You know what I mean? You pre-partied too much, you're barely alive. See, to be honest with you, I didn't realise until like about an hour ago that kick-off was at 3, because in my head, for whatever fucking reason, I was like, it's at 5:30, right? 5:30 kick-off, 5:30 kick. The entire week I've been telling myself 5:30 kick-off until I sat down to make the thumbnail, and then I was like, oh wait, it's at 3. Shit. Okay, I had to speed run a little bit to set up, but nonetheless, we're good. Everything should be working as intended as anyway. I mean, it's a fucking excellent day outside. You know, we can take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So that's quite nice. And there's a lot of people in the stadium that have kind of got like scarves over their eyes and stuff. You know what I mean? You can tell it's the Scottish squint today if you want to watch what's happening. But nonetheless, I think it's going to be a good game, one way or another for sure, man. I'm quite excited for this. Suppose I should show the ones that are in early, the team sheets and stuff, so give me a second while I pull all that up. I want to make sure everything doesn't break down and, you know, there we go, fantastic, smashing, fixed. We did lose a couple of subscribers, but that makes sense given the fact that there was like a week between, you know, well, more than a week actually at this point between this game and the last one. But if you want a little look at the lineups, a little kind of preemptive glance if you haven't seen them already, it's a pretty alright lineup. You can't really complain about it, can't fault them. They've had a couple of off performances over the last few weeks. It's fair to say to them a couple of mistakes, but nonetheless, it's kind of how it goes. But we've got Giles, McGregor, Real, like we said, we discussed them, and of course Kun, Jota and Maeda. They kind of, you know, it should be a pretty straightforward case of these boys will do in a lot of rotation, because that's the big benefit of having Maeda in there, is the fact that we can allow Jota and Kun to kind of switch in and cover run. It allows Maeda to kind of drift out wide when he needs to as well. So I like that. That front three makes sense. It allows us to get in behind, because like I said, with the way Hibs set up, they're very defensively orientated when it comes to that midfield. They like to kind of have a lot of bodies there where it's necessary, and again, with the way that they've kind of got things set up, it's going to be an interesting one. You thought it was 5:30 PM too, trust me. I know. It's one of those where you're like, surely it's that. No, it's not. Okay, right. It's because there were those games yesterday at the same time, so my brain was like, alright, so it just must be the same tomorrow. I was wrong. I was massively incorrect. Big day today. How you doing, Stephen? Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Are you putting a bet down on this one? I'm going to throw my predictions out in a second or so. Just want to read out their lineups, but their lineup is as follows. We've got Smith in between the sticks with Ardale, Bashiri and Miller. It's their back three. I mean, anyone that kind of watched the Edinburgh Derby knows that Ardale can hit one, so keep an eye out for that one. Chris Carden, and of course, I think it's Mickey Carden as well. It starts either side, so it's the Cardens that are making runs down either side of the flanks, which is an interesting one. But Triantis, Campbell and Mariah Welsh are kind of the other midfield free. Campbell's probably the one to watch. Triantis is the one that can kind of get those passes. Mariah Welsh is the off the ball type of runner, so if you want an idea of how that's going to work, Mariah Welsh is going to have to be bodied up quite comfortably by Arnold, imagine, with you, and Triantis is going to have a bit of an interesting technical battle with Rio. Campbell's just a straight match for match, just to try and keep McGregor quiet, you'd imagine, but the rest of the lineup makes sense as well. Bowie and Boyle, the two Bs, the B-boys, let's say, they're the ones that are starting up front for this one. It's going to be interesting to see how they kind of approach this, and like I said, if you're looking at bench options, there are some decent ones on either side. You can take your pick. You know, you've got Ewan, I would say, for perhaps pretty decent off the bench, and again with the Beta and Junior Hoylett as well, very, very solid. kind of candidates, but for us we have equally, if not more strong ones. You know, Taylor, should we need him, which would be interesting. Of course, either as well, Yang, McCowan. We'd like to see some minutes for Kenny as well. That'd be an interesting one. Maybe some minutes for Ralston if Johnston kind of gets a little bit too tired themselves. You're going 3-0 or 3-1. I think it's going to be something along those cases, because let's be honest with you, I think we'll want to kind of punch them hard, especially given the fact that they managed to take advantages in the last match. Obviously they beat us 2-1, so I think it's more or less a redemption thing. Just keep it, you know, keep it calm, keep it refined, and hopefully we get across the line. I think this is more of a give them half an hour to get a little bit of pressure build up, and then we'll kind of dominate the next 60 minutes. So I'd say this is more either 2-1, 3-1 territory, because I mean, I think Hibs have the ability to score, but there has been like a lot of talk of their stats at Celtic Park, and they haven't really managed to grab a win here, and I think it's 15 years. So it's you know, that's why I'm confident that I think we can still at least get the win. But it's going to be interesting to see how Hibs kind of build out for the back here, because if they sit and soak up the pressure, there's always that chance that they can actually kind of hit you where it hurts, and if they do, that's when the problem kind of starts. You know, I mean, you want to kind of keep them quiet for as long as possible, and especially when it comes to Hibs' like quick counters. Again, with Iredale and Cardens on the either side, they can hit them as well. So it's not just the case of trying to limit the crosses, it's about trying to keep Bowie and Boyle limited as well, because a decent cross into the box, you've got two fairly decent boys in the air, and that can cause some problems. We've seen Carter Vickers and Trusty kind of let their man run off the back of them a few times, let's say, over the course of this season. So it is potentially, you know, a route that Hibs could use for sure, but I think it's going to be a case of damage limitation, keep the midfield quiet, and as long as we can do that, like I said, with the fact that they've got Mariah Welsh and Campbell and Triantis in there, it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of deal with our midfield three, because again, they've got the extra bodies in Cardens, and the Cardens I should say, on the outsides, but again, if Celtic have that quick counter going in their favour, and we've got Maeda on the overlap and run, and we've got Kuhn and Jota doing whatever's necessary to get to the bylines, Celtic's main method is just going to be kind of drawing the midfield in, popping out wide, quick cut across. That's pretty much how I would see it going anyway. We'll be getting 1-0 at half time, so put your bet in good stead. Hopefully so, fella. That's kind of what we'd hope for, I should say. Boyle's a good player. Bashiri is one to watch as well. He's a very, very defensively orientated player. You give him credit where it's due, man. He can get shit done. Just a fella walking out with his bag there, just kind of half confused. But it suns out, shades out weather for half the stadium, man. But always keep an eye out, see whenever it does these pans, because sometimes it cuts over to the North Curve, and always keep an eye out for Dillon. I wouldn't say it's a packed out stadium by any means, but it's certainly an alright one. It's, I'd say, maybe about 80-85% capacity. How you doing, James? Nice to see you, fella. Likewise with you, Sneb. Sorry I missed your message there, fella. I totally missed that one. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing okay. We all have a day. As much as people like to say, oh, we need to, like, I like Hibs to a decent degree, right? They are a solid team, but their home form is very different than their away form. Let's say that, you know what I mean? They can always dig one out of Easter Road because they've got that kind of, you know, 12th man, so to speak. So it's going to be an interesting one for this, at least to see how they start this for sure. Because again, if they can keep themselves quiet and they can use the advantages that they have, which again is that overrunning midfield, keeping the kind of forwards quiet, because again, if we allow those wingers to get in behind, chances are it's going to be a long day for them. But while they read out the lineups, I might as well do the same. For Celtic, it's Schmeichel in between the sticks, can't argue with it, pretty fucking good. Schlupp and Johnston are our full-backs, which is, again, more than fine, and Carter, Vickers and Trusty pretty much complete that. You know that, you know, back five at the back of your hand, it's pretty much the same as is. We've got Angels and Rio starting either side of our skipper, which is more than fine as well. I like that. McGregor's going to be a pretty key piece for this one with that match-up against Campbell. Campbell's the one that can probably cause some damage in that midfield, like I said, but keep an eye out for the other two. That match-up in the midfield's going to be the big battle, and of course we've got Kuhn, Maeda and Jota starting up front for Hibernian. It's Smith in between the sticks with Iredale, Bashiri and Miller as their kind of back three. They've got the two Cardens on either side, which is more than fine as well. Mariah Welsh, Campbell and Triantis, like I said, the kind of three to watch for Hibs. That midfield's kind of been their pride and glory for the last few match days. They've been able to dig out results whenever those three have put, well, I should say the three that play in that midfield do particularly well. And of course Bowie and Boyle start up front. Bench options, if you want a little glance before we go in, there you go. You've got about 5 or 10 seconds. And then we'll be scrolling up to start this, because kick-off is just a moment or so away. because once we actually hit the refresh, the stats will come up. For now, you're just kind of staring at some awkward ones, but we've got kick-off ready to go. Do not fuck this, boys. There's a big chance that we can get to Hampden quite comfortably. There's a few kind of key results that have already played out. Hearts are already through. 3-1 against Dundee. Aberdeen, I'm pretty sure they won against Queen's Park 4-1. If my brain serves me right, it could be 5-1. I think it's 4 though. But they've got the ball rolling. Football time. Straight back to Smith from kick-off. So, like I said, it's going to be about trying to soak up as much pressure for Celtic in the early stages. Celtic will, at the same kind of token, want to win the ball back as quick as possible and keep the pressure on Hibs, because eventually they will crack, but already there's some opportunities, and that's clearly offside. The flag will go up at some point surely, but either way Schmeichel kind of plucks it out there, comfortable enough. We can pause this music actually while we're here, and we can refresh this and see if it's willing to actually show the score. Fantastic, there we go. Football time, gentlemen, we have stats, there we go, you can see what's going on. Tight one, you think 2-1? I think it's going to be something quite close to that. Hibs are by no means a walkover side. They've been definitely one of the better teams in form over the last few, I'd say 2-3 months, especially in terms of like domestic football. They've dug out some class results and some really fucking good goals in that time as well. 2-1 seems to be the scoreline that they either win or lose by, though. It's do or die for them. They don't draw very often, so it's one of those where I don't see it really going to past the 90 minutes, I should say. Trusty's just going to roll that one out towards Carter Vickers. Comfortable enough, big man. This is our copy, exactly a big man. We've got this under control. Simple enough. Schlupp just rolls it back towards Trusty. Calm enough, big man. Calm enough. We'll love to see it. Your TV broke last night. Jesus, I don't know what it is with tech and things just breaking at the worst time, but my phone got busted a few days ago. There's a good overlapping chance for Johnston here. I might need to shut my mouth for a second actually. Here's Johnston. He's keeping the pressure on. It takes a bounce off. Should be a throw in for Celtic. It's taken quickly as well. Simple cover. Get the cross in maybe. Kuhn tries to whip it, and it was a dangerous cross. I think Maeda was trying to get across to like flick it upwards, but try and put Smith off, but comfortable enough for the brilliant shot stopper on the end. It was a decent attempt too. Can't fault anything with it. Cross for the German was nice. Can't fault the run for Maeda, but just the case of the fact that he wasn't 6'2" there. Maybe if he was, he could have got something on it, but would have been very hard to get something on the end of that. That's a decent header forward for Hibs. Can't fault it. Bowie chases kind of temporarily, but gives up once he realises it's going to be comfortably gathered by Trusty in the end. It's run forward. Brilliant move for the skipper. Calm enough, big man. Good to see it. So I'm kind of looking to get a new phone, I should say. That's the point I was getting to. I'm thinking like Pixel 7 Pro, like at the least, that type of phone, because my old phone was like fucking awful. It's for like 2016. There's Kuhn on the cutting again. Every time I speak about something that isn't football, we have a chance. Schlupp from the range, that's a decent attempt. Good block in fairness. Not sure who it was, I believe it was Triantis. He's the one marking Schlupp there again. There's a bubble down push from I think Bowie there. And it's going to be a foul for Celtic just inside the Hibs half. That's a decent pressing for Hibs there. They got a little bit over aggressive, you have to say. How you doing, Irishman? Nice to see you, fella. Hope you're doing fantastic. Scares you like an electric ball. But sometimes you can just be electric, that's the difference. It's just a case of which version of him turns up the day, man. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. That's a good touch for McGregor. Good shot for McGregor. Brilliant save for Smith. It's that signature McGregor strike for just outside the box. He teed it up with one touch, hit it hard with the second, and I'll tell you what, that's a brilliant reaction for the Hibs shot stopper again. Had to react fast. And it starts with that movement out wide. Like I said, we're using the wings, cutting in, trying to force the issue. It's played in centrally there. McGregor, like I said, brilliant first touch to buy the space. The shot wasn't half bad either, but again, well seen to by the keeper. It's not dealt with fully though. Corner kick's going to be swung in. It's dangerous, and again, give him credit. It gets out, gets two big gloves on it, pushes it back out towards the far side. Played in. Could be a quick cross scenario. It's played back. Schlupp and McGregor are just kind of rolling it across the edges. They might just look for a pass into towards Kuhn here. They do it. Play it in right. Is he going to take a run at him? He's really trying to tee it up. Brilliant move. Gets it out towards the edge of the area. Rio just kind of took a bit too long to react to that one. Gave Hibs chance to close the window down. Brilliant move again though, lovely backheel touch. Cross is decent as well, but it overshoots. It's going to be hard for Joy to try and keep that one under control, but it's well dealt with. Schlupp gets it back in, ball takes a big deflection and it's out for a corner kick. Good sustained pressure for Celtic, good defensive awareness for Hibs. Give them credit all round there, decent football across the board. Corner kick chance for us coming up though. Pretty interesting to see if we get something in this one. Where's Forrest? I mean, Forrest is, I think he's more entitled to just sit the rest of his days on the bench and ride out if he damn well chooses to, but I think it's just we want to get a few goals on the board first. It's a decent cross in, it's dangerous. Smith does get up and claim it again. He's not afraid to throw himself in there. Give the big man some credit. As much as the rendition is unshine. Well, I mean, it's fine when it's against any other team except us. It is a beautiful thing. Like, I'd say, like, it's really hard to call what one's better between, like, Celtic's You'll Never Walk Alone and Hibs, like, Sunshine on Leaf. They're two, like, the most, like, passionate chants. That's a great ball. Good touch for Dyson as well. He keeps it under control. This third one was a wee bit overshot, though. Gave Bashiri a chance to clear it. Lovely control as well, actually, defensively for the Carden. Bashiri might just have to clear this. He's under a bit of pressure. Opts to send it long, but it should be a Celtic ball. Well held up by Bowitt. Bundled over and actually wins the foul. Give him credit, that's decent for him. Sold up play in high order. Well, it goes down a little bit too soft in my opinion. I mean, by the book of the game, I suppose it is a foul. They ought to play it back anyway. Great ball forward. Lovely touch. Can't take anything away from it, but it's won back beautifully by Celtic in turn. Quick chance to counter here. But he tries to step in to cover the cross pass for McGregor, but he gets through to Schlupp, played out towards Jota. Is he going to take a run at his man? Kind of tease him up, tries to get him close in. Schlupp's kind of stood up with him. Good support in that. Played across, Johnston, great touch, just lays it back across towards Coonan. This is where we've done a lot of our good work, letting him just run and cause some problems. That's a great ball in, it's dangerous, and I think it came off a Hibs body in the end and it's out for a corner, but another really decent ball into the box. It could have been dangerous. Can't take anything away from it again. It's a beautiful cross. And Jota just kind of pops it back into space. It just kind of carries back off a Hibs defender. Corner kick for us. Let's see where this one's going. Is it going high? It kind of is. I tell you what, Hibs had to clear it. It's not fully dealt with. Rio goes for the kind of half swing. He was always going to put too much on that one. Sails over the bar as comfortably as you can ask. Can't fault it too much. It was the right idea, but you kind of need to keep your knee over that one to try and limit how high that goes. Can respect the effort, but maybe not the technique. I suppose that's the fairest way to put it, actually. How you doing, Mark? Nice to see you, fella. Likewise with Eugene. I know it's rare that we have a nice wee sunny day in March, man. It's good. Oh, that's a good break back actually. Could have been dangerous for us, but thankfully just kind of goes all the way through to Schmeichel and nearly gives the ball away with the pass out. Thankfully Boyle wasn't pristinely placed, so we can kind of get something going here. Oh, good pass over actually. It's going to be awkward to see how it's dealt with unless it... Yeah, some good. Throw in instead. I don't mind that too much. It means we can kind of set ourselves, and that's a decent breakaway attempt. Johnston's just going to have to play this out towards space if he can. Lays it in towards Kuhn. Good touch. German's having a lot of the ball early, and he's doing a lot of good work with it. Played out towards that far space again. Here's Trusted. Schlupp in towards Rio. It's cut back, and a little bit of a late challenge there for Mariah Welsh, but no harm done. Overlapping pass is dangerous. Brilliant touch for Kuhn. The ball across is good as well. Well saved by Smith. Comes out, claims it again. Not afraid to throw himself in there and try and get something in the way. By the time he gets his body across and he's able to just kind of scoop the ball up on the bounce down. Comfortable enough, just kind of lands on it. Might have well engaged the chase as soon as it's played back to him, and it's cleared out for another throw in, so fair enough. I do apologise if I kind of have a little moment where I can't speak particularly well. My fucking filling down there's came out, which isn't fun. I'm back at the dentist on Wednesday to get that fixed, so that's a good touch for Kuhn. Go on, son. Gets it back into space. Johnston opts to play it safe. McGregor. Lovely. Roll out shot potentially is on. Cuts it back. Real goes from range. Big bounce off of Bashiri. It's just going to be comfortably cleared away in the end. Although the pass is absolutely woeful, as to be said. I think it was just a little bit nervy there. It's probably the nicest thing I can say about that. Should have done a wee bit better. If a flag go on Johnston, they can start at 35 million and go for there. They can fuck off. 35's a little generous. I'd say 65 personally, if you're asking me, Virtual. You hear the applause going around the stadium for something, no? Come on, boys. Like I said, not the fastest pace opening 10 minutes or so, but we're trying to force the issue. No shots on target as of yet, though. Just some dangerous crosses into the area. I'd say the best chance was McGregor's. Apparently Google's saying that it's not a shot on target. It looked like it was a shot on target to me. Here's Rio. Break forward, good touch. Slips more or less a midfielder at this point. He's going to take a chance to move this one forward. Brilliant. And Gels played out. Go on. There's a lot of space opening up here. Good cut in. Lovely lay across pass. It's a little overhit for Rio on the kind of spread though. Jota's going to have to take an extra touch. Does well to get to the byline anyway. Good cross. It's not particularly well cleared for Hibs. Pressure's on and Schlupp does a brilliant job of just winning that back against, I think it's Mariah Welsh there. Celtic just retained the ball back in towards the start of the Hibs half, laid across towards Carter Vickers. Good touch inside. Arns a wee bit dangerous with that pass back, but he did fucking beautiful with it. Can't even argue. Spread plays decent. Trusty played up. Schlupp maybe look for that quick pass out towards his Portuguese counterpart. That's a brilliant pass towards Jota as well. Ball in is good. Not particularly the man you want to be aiming at there. That's the one downside to Maeda. He's not the tallest fella on the planet, but cleared out by Hibs. Corner kick for Celtic. It's just to get us to sit down and listen. That's just the fee to let us consider it. You know what I mean? They just pay us to sit down. Even if we say no, we still get it. See the dude with the double on his face. I don't know what it is, but whenever the sun comes out in Britain, it's just, oh wait, hold on, that was a very clever corner. That could have been something dangerous. Hibs were very switched on to clear that. Nice. You got to say, there's some decent defending going on for them. Bushiri and Miller have been quite defensively set back there. That's a lovely ball. I don't know if Jota's on side though, I'll be honest with you. The flag goes up after he gets to the ball. It's a little unfortunate. Should have just put the flag up straight away. Was he offside? Oh, he was offside by a decent distance. Really should have just blew it for there. How you doing, Rob? Nice to see you, fella. Exactly, now you're thinking. Oh. It's interesting to see how Hibs have played in this opening stint, because it's nowhere near as high octane as they were at Easter Road. They're not trying to fire in shots every few minutes. Like I said, they're trying to soak up as much pressure for the first half an hour before they attempt to step out. But like I said, Celtic would take the first half an hour anyway, just to see, are Hibs going to be playing at their best version of themselves, or they're just going to be playing for those like 1 or 2 opportunities. So I don't think we'll see too much until about half an hour in, and that's maybe when we try and step it up for the final 15 minutes of the first half, see if we can kind of squeeze one in and do a lot to calm the nerves, especially given the fact that we haven't really made too many clear-cut chances. Like I said, the best chances came from that McGregor shot for range. Good hold-up touch for Jota there. He's going to have to play it back low, and it's a little awkward, but Slip does well to stand his man up. Good pressure for Bowie, but it's just going to be played back. Yep, good. It's going to say, do not try and do the risky pass there, Slip. Good stuff, big man. He'll receive the ball back for Trusty. Look for the easy pass now. That is a lovely ball in behind. Maeda will do his best to get in the way, but again, Bashiri uses his body very wisely there. Just stands Maeda up. Doesn't necessarily get contact with him, but does enough to force Maeda to have to like divot his run. Give Smith enough time to come out and claim the ball quite comfortably there. Good communication between Hibs' back line. Again, it's played back to Smith. He's going to have to clear that fast though, and again, I think he's seen Maeda coming out of the corner of his eye. Wasn't focused on where that was going, just that it got out in the first place. Good breakaway touch chance. That's a lovely touch as well for Johnston. He's going to roll it out towards Kuhn in the end. It's not the greatest pass though. Not the greatest touch for Kuhn either. It's a throw in for Hibs. $16 going and the score is still 0 apiece, my man. Can't say there's been any what you would call clear-cut chances for sure. Header across is a decent return touch. That's lovely for Kuhn. There's a potential break. There's an overlap, and again Bashiri uses his body, but that was a lot more fucking brazen. That should have been a foul. Bashiri goes over to apologise to Maeda, and I don't think Maeda's too interested because that looked a little bit more cynical than the first block. It doesn't really even focus on the ball at all, just backs up into Maeda, and there's a chance for Hibs. Oh my god, that was a big chance for Hibs. They tried to cheese the system, and the Celtic players are fucking raging with the referee that they allowed that to go on. Schmeichel is fucking furious. Don't know why they allowed that to go through. There was no whistle or nothing. Hibs just Schmeichel is still shouting at the referee, asking what the fuck that was allowed to go on for, and he has every reason to genuinely ask. Even some of the Hibs players were still stationary, literally facing the other way. But 2 or 3 of them try to break forward and steal a goal, and they fucking fail, which is hilarious in its own right. But you got to play to the whistle, boys. Chance for Hibs for the corner, played in, takes a big bounce, it's well taken, lovely steal for Dyson, brilliant steal for Dyson, and the ball forward ain't half bad either. Here comes Kuhn on the counter-attack, brilliant touch for the German, but he's going to be under pressure, lovely. Oh, you can't fault the stand-in as well, you can't fault the defence either, but couple like claps and boos going around the stadium there for that. Genuinely, Casper felt like he was about to throw hands, 100%. Oh, yeah, no, that's pretty much a good way to summarise it, actually. You were green and white, then some of the rules are different. That's an overhit ball. Why the fuck would you try that at me? I could tell for the second that was played, that was just not the pass. Schmeichel, you watch him pointing at the referee. That fucking says everything, doesn't it? Oh. Yeah, Schmeichel is not happy. He's either pointing at one of the Hibs strikers and saying watch him, or he's pointing at the referee and saying watch him, which either way makes sense. I don't think he's best too pleased. Get on touch for Schmeichel. It was a very overhit ball to begin with. Don't really know what Hibs were expecting there. Let's go Schluppeth. Beautiful Schluppeth. It's played in. Let's go. McGregor. Potential break. Move. Can't hold that touch up, Johnston. You've got to shift it faster, big man. That's unlucky. Obviously just play it safe and go backward instead. Brilliant control. Oh, lovely feet for Rio. Can't take anything away there. Opens up the space. Just plays it back towards Trusty in the end though. Consider the forward motion, boys. Lovely. Nice. Good control. Potential break pass. Leaves it to Angels instead. There is the break pass. Eventually it comes. Good pass for the Belgian. Johnston tries to get ahead there. It's a good block. It's kind of a big. I like that, to be fair. It's like a big, like, kid smile for the Hibs player getting in front of that challenge. He's just kind of like, yes, I'm happy I got it there. I can't not love that. That's a brilliant tackle for Johnston, the one that's opened up the space. You got to have a shot here, Slop. Again, it's well blocked. Mariah Welsh, he's putting himself on the fucking line against Schlupp. Both times he's teed up to shoot. Both times he's thrown himself in the way to block it. Can't fault it whatsoever. I know. Can't wait for Schmeichel to fucking say, like, aye, do it, screw this. Full on break up the wing. Cuts inside. Fucking inside of the boot Trivella, man. Mariah Welsh has gone down again there, but it's a very physical battle between those two. Schlupp and Mariah are getting involved a lot there. So McGregor that drags him down that time. So he kind of gets clipped one bit, kind of on the back heels with Jaw as well. So that's a foul. 100%. Oh, you're talking about the Gravison stories. Always love the story that he tells about his fucking wife, man. Just Google her. I'll take an extra minute or so to get the play going, but eventually I'll be teed up for a long throw in. I mean, Hibs are going for it, give them credit. If for that far out, that is a damn respectable long throw attempt. Celtic retain the ball anyway, it's not particularly well cleared. Mariah Welsh-Gavers looks for the spread, played inside, good touch for Bowie. Not the greatest second touch though, and Celtic are able to break away with the steal. Brilliant touch and lovely pass again. How's Kuhn's control here? He's going to have to try and get past, but again, very good defence, and apparently there's claims for a potential handball. I think Cadden's going to complain. There's a yellow card coming out as well. Did he block it like fully with his hand? It didn't look intentional. Oh, right, okay, well, yeah, I can see why it's a yellow though. Like, it's definitely not intentional, but Iredale's in the book for a handball there. It kind of like popped up off his knee and bounced off his hand, and if it doesn't bounce off his hand, then Kuhn's basically one-on-one. That's a valid yellow card. Like, Gray's making that point like it's not intentional, but yeah, it stopped a golden chance, so it's a card by the law of the game. Brilliant overlapping pass. Kuhn's got a chance to cross this one in anyways. Taking a big deflection. Lovely take for Rio. The hold-up play was brilliant there. Layoff touch is decent. Tries the second shot once again. Mariah Welsh blocks. God damn. Opportunity that could have been something there. It apparently has been flagged for offside with the ball in behind. So I don't get why the referees let all this play happen and then put the fucking flag up. Just do it immediately. Just takes away good, really, well, two really decent chances for Rio there, but nonetheless, it was never a yellow. No, 100%, I'm in agreement. It's just laws of the game, I suppose. Looks like Smith is just going to go for the long punt again this time. Interesting. Can't fault the way they're approaching it so far. Lovely spread pass. Good header back by Schlupp, actually. Just like sends it straight back to them, basically. Like, fuck yous. Cannot fault it. Good press. Oh, tell you what, my head, I did actually get there, man. Smith Just about got the ball over his leg there, otherwise it was going to be a potential deflection type situation that could have worked out in our favour, but Celtic just retained the ball from the goal kick instead. Cameron off his slip, lays it short. I don't get why you try to be fancy there, Jota, just play into safe space. Yep, safer pass there, man. Trusty out towards Carter Vickers, might just cut it back across. Got to give him options there. Schmeichel's not got too many. Simple enough control there for Carter. Calm enough. We'll have to see it. Keep it on the deck, lads. Don't try and go long unless you have to. Simple enough. Here comes Trusty. Can't sit back. Calm enough, big man. Keep it on the deck. Nice. This is a lot more calm. There's that long ball across the face of the... Oh, Johnston, you getting there? Nah, it's going to be caught out with throw-in, but right in their area though, so... Definitely, in fact it still is dangerous. Lovely touch for Rio, lays it off towards the side, Jota cuts in. McGregor's just going to play it across. Rio, that's well over hit. Fucking hell, man. Panicky wee pass, you have to say there. You have to do better there, Rio. Doesn't necessarily cover himself in glory because he had about 4 or 5 bodies to him. They had completely nobody on them, but he tries to be clever and switch it all the way across to Johnston on the far side and misses him. Close of the game now, fucking idiotic. I know, you don't even need to explain it to me, man. Watched it unfold over the last like 2 or 3 years, but every single change is like questionable at best. How you doing? Nice to see you, kid. Oh, chase down there. Smith made the right idea, just kind of guards it, make sure that it goes out for a goal kick. Coming off. I can't say I did, Irishman. What happened? If someone could like fill me in, that'd be nice. It's like they're pushing Bowie further up. They've got Boyle kind of at a pincer them behind them now, so a slight formation change. What a lovely wee flick on there. Oh, Maeda does his best to try and steal it. I love that anyway. The hustle was good. That's hustling for Johnston. He's been wiped out there. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be another yellow card for Hibs. They're really treading a fucking fine line now. That's Campbell in the book. Can't say that's not a foul. That is 100% a yellow. I mean, Johnston again goes down under the presumption of contact, but it's laws of the game type shit, man. I hate this. But the way to look at it is Johnston's a big fella. He doesn't go down unless there's a reason. And to be fair, in that reverse angle, it shows why he got contact on the knees, knee collided together. That's why he fell. I thought it was like the contact on his shirt. That's a lovely cross. Oh, equally calm header though. And again, Johnston just tries to get involved in the play, force the issue, but bounces out, and it's going to be another Hibernian throw-in, I believe. That's my thinking. They're starting to get a wee bit dangerous, so they might have to switch Campbell and put him out on the right, maybe push Triantis onto the left and have Mariah Welsh play central. Just so that the yellow cards are spread across the pitch, because the last thing you want to do is get red carded, especially away from home, man. It's just a death sentence. It's Celtic Park of all places. You're really asking for it then. Can't argue with that at all, Coffee. Can't argue with that. Well, it's a good performance by AJ. So far, so good. You know, you can't say we've done anything particularly wrong. It's just maybe chance creation at best. That's a lovely ball through, but again, oh, don't ruin it with a pass like that, for fuck's sake. That's two really really just bad passing decisions for Rio in about 2 or 3 minutes. You got to make better choices there, man. Again, you had 4 or 5 options. He's given the ball away there as well. Good hustling for Kuhn to win it back. Rio's touch away again isn't particularly good, man. You've made 4 errors in about a minute, lad. Fucking calm your nerves. I love you, big man, but that's a wee bit... Get it under control next time. Way too easy for Tratis to break away with that chance there. Yeah, fair enough, I'll give it that. He was on VR today. Honestly, I don't know. We're just going to presume it's not particularly... I mean, I just hope that it doesn't need to get used, ideally. That'd be fantastic. Okay, I'm going to presume Bowie got clipped there. I didn't see it in the first act. No, he fell down. Oh, right, it's for that, okay. Never fucking mind, Trusty did indeed decide to clot him on the back for no reason there. Fucking foolish decision. The first one, I'm like, that isn't a foul, he just fell up against Trusty, but I think Trusty got annoyed about the fact that he's like, why are you doing that, you dumbass? Needless second challenge, let's say. Gives Hibs a half chance, let's... I'm going to guess high-end swinger. That is high-end swinger, and it's going to be nowhere near as threatening as it should have been. Schmeichel just literally walks out, jumps and catches it. It's about as casual as you could ask. How you doing on a Purma? It's been a while since I've seen you, fella. With more precision and attack, just doesn't have that in spades. He has a vision, it makes that 1 in a million pass. That's pretty much the best way to kind of describe it. Like, he sees the vision, but doesn't necessarily have the boots to execute it right now. He's not playing bad, I want to clarify, that's just a few really bad decisions in the last few minutes. Just needs to kind of get a few touches of the ball, rather than just trying to take one touch, pass it, I mean, you know, panic and give it away. Like, get some control on it. It's exactly what everyone else is doing. Even Johnston's taking 1 or 2 extra touches just to make sure that the pass is secure. That's the big difference I'm seeing so far. Yeah, that's exactly the issue though. You're going to allow him to cut in there, Jota, not the greatest touch. Slop's going to keep the pressure on. Still keeps it... I respect it. Gets involved in the play, takes a big deflection, it's out for a Hibernian. I was going to say throw and goal kick. Sorry. Not many chances. Like I said, the first half an hour was always going to be kind of slow scaled, but this is when things start to pick up a little bit. We've got about, give or take, 12 and a half-ish minutes to see if there's a goal in this first half, but Hibs as a whole won't be too disappointed by it. One pretty good save for the goalkeeper, which shows that they can have a bit more faith at the back in him. That's an awkward pass back. Smith rolls it out very dangerously, and I'll tell you what, the Hibs had to clear their lines, and it's again that story of playing to the whistle. Trianis has stayed down, I'm not too sure. Was it one of the Cardinals maybe? Did he stretch his leg, try to get to something? Oh yeah, he pulled his hamstring. He went down as soon as he felt that. That's a serious one. You know, if you hit the deck, like, that's like the man's way. Like, that's like crying for a guy when you just drop. Looks like Hibs might be potentially forced into an early change. I get what you're saying on a Pelmo, but my counter argument is if Celtic are playing the way that they are, we talked about it at the start of the stream, it's more about like the fact that Hibs genuinely just have a bigger number of bodies in the midfield. They've got like a midfield 5 compared to Celtic's midfield 3. But the difference is, like I'm saying, is like in Giles, McGregor, they're taking a touch, they're trying to like scan the area, but they're not trying to overthink, right? I think Rio's problem right now is that he's just trying to overthink too much. Like, can I get that ball through rather than I am going to, you know? That's the slight complaint I should have, and it looks like they're going to be making that change. It's going to be a beater that's coming on for Cadden. Wouldn't necessarily call it a like-for-like switch, but they've made it nonetheless. Celtic just give them the ball back. Get a few wee rounds of applause for the Hibs fans there, which is quite nice, and then immediately Kuhn engages on the chase and forces them to throw it in. Fair enough. Can't fault that. Can't fault that at all. I love that every time I see that. Bobo's gonna get you. That's a decent clearance. Can't fault that at all, man. Well, it's nice to see the Cadden's on his feet at the very least, but he doesn't look particularly too happy about coming off. I hope it's nothing too serious. You don't want to see like an athlete get injured properly. What time does it start, brother? It kicked off about 37 minutes ago. I think a lot of people must have genuinely thought the kick-off was way later because of yesterday's time schedule, honestly. We've got about 10 minutes left, give or take, with the added time of the first half. And then it's a 50-minute break, second half starts pretty much just as the other ends, actually, I would say. Schmeichel. Decent pass out. I want to see a big chance for us, man. Just one very good op. As soon as I say that, that's a brilliant ball forward. Run it! Run it! Ball into Maeda. This could be good. Oh, you fucker. It was a good attempt as well. He just couldn't keep it down. I can't say I'm disappointed by the effort, but should he have done a little bit better? Yeah, the first touch to get the chance was fucking brilliant though. You can't take away the fact that he made that chance with the touch, but he just, like, yeah, I seen Smith coming out and he realised he had to go for the chip there. Very, very unlucky. Can't fault it. Well, like I said, we wanted that one big chance and it came about 5 seconds after I said it, so that's nice. But again, it's another shot that we don't get on target, so I'd like to see us kind of step that up a little bit. It'd be quite nice. I don't know, the pot looks flat today. True. I mean, I'm supposed these. I mean, pitches are meant to look like that. It'd be a bit weird if they had bumps in the middle of them. Nah, but you're definitely not wrong. We just need to have a little surge. Little 5-minute end of half surge and see if we can grab one. But Hibs might be thinking of doing the same thing, because like I said, they're sitting back in right now. They could break out at any given point in time. Like I said, that counter-attack of mindset is how they get a lot of their goals. I think Celtic are aware of that, so it's, you know, it's kind of like a standoff where whoever draws the gun first. But no one's necessarily got their hand on the trigger as of yet. They're more or less just kind of still doing that shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's even as he's falling. That's just that Maeda Mythos. Good ball into space. You could actually swing across in there, instead you decide to take a touch. That makes it more awkward. Great pass in for slot. Brilliant chance, good save! Celtic score! Dyson's there on the follow-up from Croy. It's a brilliant effort for Kuhn. You can't take anything away. Good save for Smith. But who else? It's Dyson again. My boy. My beautiful baby boy. What a finish that is, by the way. Like, considering the fact he has to take that on the run. I get it's like 3 yards out. But that's much better. That's a follow-through strike. That's where to be. That's positional awareness. It was very clever for Dyson on the original cross into the box to leave it for Kuhn to have the shot, because he seen that Kuhn had the better opportunity. It's a brilliant save for Smith. He does the right thing, parries it up high, but unfortunately it spins back down and Maeda just kind of hits it on the volley as it comes down, makes sure that it stays kind of low enough to go into the goal comfortably. To be fair, it nearly didn't. But you can't take anything away from it. Celtic lead this game, it's 1-0. Comfortable enough, boys. We needed that right before the end of the half. It came right before the end of the half. Good shit. Things you love to see. Everyone is happy. Look at that. We love to see it. Things are good now. Fair enough, Black Sausage. Fair enough. Oh, there's actually a chance for us to break behind for a second here. Looks like Hibs have switched staff, but Rio... You are dishonouring your people. Do not do that shit again, man. Just fucking pass it normally, man. Ain't that? Just roll it out. Stop trying the fancy shit. Still though, I love Dyson, man. He's so fucking good at football. You missed the goal, unlucky coffee. It was a fantastic, like, breakaway goal. The finish was... I mean, I can't fault the finish. Oh, what the fuck, our Bowie's down now. All of a sudden, Hibs have players dropping flies across the pitch. Did he get caught, or is he... Oh, he got winded, I guess. That looks like the face of a man that's been winded. Oh shit, I didn't even see you in chat, guys. How you doing, fella? Well, Trusty's just been fucking... He's holding his back. That's not good. Nah, I'm sorry. That's the same wee cunt that literally just got winded there after Trusty, and the first thing he does is run and nearly elbow him in the back of the fucking head. I'm sorry, if I'm Trusty, I've got my targets locked in and I'm snapping that wee prick's legs. Just for that alone. The fucking audacity, you wee cunt. Respectfully, what in the God's name is that? Hate players that do that shit, man. Or just because you got to be fucking strengthened, you need to try and do shit. That's scummy. Good ball. Run it. Oh, that was a really good idea. Mariah Welsh has been very good for Hibs. I'd say if there's like a standout player so far on the outfield, it would probably be him. He's done a lot of good defensive work, some really good blocks as well, I might add, actually, as well, when you consider the amount of chances Slops had for the edge of the area. A couple of blocks for Rio as well, actually, on top of it, yeah. I'd say Mariah Welsh has been their best player. If not Bashiri, because he's done some good defensive blocks himself. But Celtic are starting to kind of pick up the speed. That is an awkward fucking header to get away behind. That's a lovely header for Miller, though. Bit of corner kick for us. Another treble incoming. I've lost count how many. A good number, mate. It's a lovely shot corner, actually. I'm going to have to hold my tongue in case he has a shot for range. He does have a shot for range! Oh my fucking god! That would have been a way to redeem yourself and then some, Rio. What a save for Smith again, though. Oh, no, there was nothing that Rio did wrong. The touch to set it up was beautiful. The shot was fucking fierce. That was cruising in. Brilliant save for Smith. I think the only thing is that Rio's shot was just curling towards the keeper rather than away from him. If that was away, that was in. Oh, that could have been awkward as well. Hibs managed to just get something on the end of it. It's going to be a corner kick. Fucking weird touch defensively, man. That could have carried and careened back over the defensive wall and into the net, but Celtic just stand their ground, comfortable enough. Maybe another shot for range incoming for Rio. Goes for the cross instead. Oh, it's a big opportunity for Carter and he's missed. I think it was offside anyway, by the way. But it was offside anyway. It's just showing the fucking linesman there. So, yeah, my assumption was right. He looked a bit off, but honestly, there was about 4 of them that were off. at least. Carter was like the least offside out of all of them, so you know, credit where it's due there. But yeah, he's been shite for like up until that literal shot there. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he just needs to take an extra touch, and it lets him settle himself down, and that's exactly what he did. Takes a touch and hits a fucking beautiful shot. Can't take anything away from Hibs' goalkeeper as well, to be fair. He's been really good in between the sticks too. Great saves for McGregor and Rio respectively. Like I said, it's about that midfield battle, and for the first half anyway, you'd say Celtic have won it. Although it's not been a particularly comfortable battle, it's by no means a flawless victory. Good lay across chance. Hibs might go for it. There's only 2 additional minutes to play through for the rest of this first half, and we've already been about 30 seconds about down, so about a minute and a half left, give or take. The result against Fenerbahce. Don't know what the fuck is going on with the Turkish league in general, man, but their standard has careened, and that's putting it very nicely. Simple pass across, good take. I don't know why you'd go backwards there when you had a lot of options, but I can presume we're switching it. We are switching it. It's played out towards Trusty, played up towards Jota. Cam. I like this. Good movement between him and Schlupp. Opts to try and go for the indirect. He might actually try and tee this up. Play it back out to Schlupp, get the cross in. Lovely. Good vision. Get the cross away now, Schlupp. Don't try and stand your man up. He tried to stand his man up, for fuck's sake, man. Oh, and here's actually a breakaway chance for Hibs. There's a lot of space down that flank. Maeda's on the chase down for some reason. Why the fuck Maeda's doing that chase down, I'll never know, but I love him for it anyway. That man is like a shadow. He will follow you anywhere. Can't fault it on a penalty. I think it's respectable what you're saying, man. Yeah, looks like we're just going to calmly see this one out, and that is half time now. Can't fault it too much. Pretty much what we were expecting. Not necessarily the greatest opening half an hour, but Celtic would kind of pick up the pace once that kind of half an hour phased out, just to see if Hibs were going to test us or kind of make the waters murky or shady or just any form of blacker, but not necessarily. It's been very clear and calm waters for us. We've just kind of cruised along, got ourselves a nice wee goal. Can't fault it. Should have had 2 more, arguably. Brilliant shot for McGregor that was saved on the far post for Smith pretty much about 10 minutes into the game, and then that shot right at the end of the half for Rio. Some good goalkeeping for Hibs is the only reason this game isn't completely and utterly shut out so far, but it's not as if Hibs haven't made half chances, but that has been the limit of all of it, and their big chance came through a very controversial allowance of letting them run through anyway. That's what you need in a 1-0 at half time bet still on. Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, to be fair, if that Rio one went in, it would have been really hard to be mad at that. But it's going exactly how you kind of thought it was. It's not going to be a convincing, 3, 4, 5-0 sweep. But we get 2 or 3, maybe Hibs get 1, and that's about the extent of it, you know what I mean? It's not going to be too indifferent to the other games. This could play out exactly like the Hearts and Dundee match not too long ago. Fair enough, I'll try. So wait, what did he even say? Okay, that makes perfect sense. Oh, that's good to see, Phil. I've been busy with a hell of a lot of shit. I mean, my phone's bust first of all, so that's kind of like a thing, you know. And on top of that, the filling came out the side of my face, so I need to go and get that probably fixed. I mean, I've got an appointment on Wednesday, so when I go in there, I'm just going to be like, yo, fix that please. It's not painful or anything, like the tooth is fine, it's just like a small that's came out. It's more inconvenient than anything. I think McCowan is a captain in the making. Kind of hard to say that when you've got Tierney coming back, right? Like realistically, he would have to be here for about 10 or 15 years. I don't see that happening. You know, I'd see him as like a Turnbull, or it'd be like a happy medium. Yeah, no, I'd say like a Turnbull. We'll use him in the ways that we need to, but I don't think we'll ever really use him as like an out and out starting type, because again, you've got Paolo that we pay much more money for, and if you're the board, you're going to want to kind of play that man a lot more often. The only reason he has been getting minutes is because he's literally injured. So it's one of those. Like, I love McCowan. Everyone that, anyone that's watched me long enough knows my feelings on McCowan. I think the guy is fucking class, but I've explained numerous times why he's not going to get into the starting 11 unless there's 2 or 3 big walkouts, like Rio and fucking, like Rio and Giles basically would have to leave to give McCowan a guaranteed starting spot right now as is. Otherwise, right now, you would still say Bernardo would be third choice, and then it would be McCowan after him. All the hate on Rio, sure he's never going to be a top. No, I don't hate on Rio whatsoever. The man's the definition of inconsistently consistent. Like, when he's good, he's great, and when he's bad, he's shite. Like, there's no real, he's mid. He doesn't just have like a type of performance. He's either like noticeably bad or he's fucking like top tier, which I like. You know what I mean? Because you get that with players like Kun and Maeda as well. Well, they might not necessarily be particularly great to watch at times, but they get the job done. They just kind of hang in there and do what's necessary. So. I don't honestly know, guys. I could be busy. I genuinely couldn't give you a straight yes or no to that right now. Because like I said, I've got a lot of shit to do. Like, I need to get a new phone for one. Because this is the thing, by the way. I should actually clarify this. There was a whole point where I brought this up. I can't make shorts, right? Like, you need YouTube Studio on your phone and all that to clip and create shorts, and you can only remix them through your phone. So yeah, I can't make shorts until I get a new phone, so you might not be seeing them for a while, which is a little gay and a little unfortunate, but can't do much about it. You know what I mean? My phone is right now. I've got this really hangy, like I think it's an iPhone 6, iPhone 7 maybe. I don't honestly know, but it's old as shit and barely works. So. Don't worry about it, Wayne. You're more than sound. But actually, I should ask anyone that's in chat: do any of you have Pixel Pros? Like, whether it be a 7, an 8, or a 9? You know, like, can someone tell me if they're a very good phone or not? Because the one that I've done, like, I like to do research before I buy things, so it's the one that keeps popping out at the top of the list. I know, but that's the issue, Virtual. Like, the reason why I liked it on my phone is that it took about 5 minutes to do. I'd clip the shot, put some text on it, and it's done. I don't want to have like a fucking 40-minute editing process just to get a 10-15 second clip. It just isn't worth the hassle, because they don't do that well in terms of views. Like, if they were pulling thousands of views, fair enough, man, I'd do the hassle, but they barely crack about 150 now, so yeah. The Pixel 8 Pro, yeah, because the one that I'm tossed up with now, guys, is either the 7 Pro, because apparently that camera's still the best one by fucking landslide. Because I've watched the comparison tests and I'm not even wrong. The Pixel 7 Pro camera is actually better than the 8 and 9 Pro's camera. Don't know why, but it just, apparently it does. It's something to do with the lighting. It just captures it more naturally. The other ones are a wee bit more colourful, I guess. I've never really cared about iPhones. I fucking hate iPhones. See, respectfully, anyone that uses an iPhone, I don't understand. Like, Android is about 50 times easier, 60 times cheaper to repair and replace, and more importantly, actually covers the warnings. And you don't need a shitty fucking USB like C type cable to fucking hear stuff. You know what I mean? I prefer a phone that I could just plug a 4mm jack into. Androids and Pixels have those. Respectfully, that's the only reason I'm leaning towards it. But because of the shit that I'm planning to do down the line, I kind of need a really good solid phone that actually lasts me a while and has a warranty. So, you know, Pixels are the ones that have the best type of warranty, and they have like support on OS for like 7-8 years still. So, you know. Still good though, interesting. The only reason I really want the Pro is for that, like literally just for the camera. Otherwise I would go and get like a fucking like Samsung A16 or something, because I don't care about like, you know, processing power. I don't need it to have like a fucking, you know, like 144Hz refresh rate or anything like that for a fucking phone. I don't care. If the camera's half decent and it has a decent storage capacity and decent, and to be fair, Pixels have that. But the reason it's coming out top of the list, no, I'm talking like as in like I've gone and hunted through like a whole bunch of different things. Like I'm talking like YouTube videos that break down like the kind of specs of the phone, the camera qualities and stuff like that. They do like whole like, you know, what's it like? Do any of you watch any of those type of tech channels like fucking TechSpot or anything? Like they break down the actual, you know, systematics of what the phone will do, how long it will last, what it's capable of, like that type of shit. And any review I've seen of the Pixel 7, they haven't really had a bad thing to say about it. The worst that it's got is, yeah, the back of the phone gets a bit warm sometimes if you use it for too long. But I'm a guy that barely checks my phone, so that wouldn't be a problem for me. I just want one that's decent. Because the last one I had was a fucking, what was it again? It was like a like Motorola E50 or some shit. I don't even know the name of it, man. It was an old ass phone. But I need one that's got like an eSIM and all that stuff. Just software locked. Ah, okay. Oh no, wait. Actually, no. You're incorrect about that, because in the back of the Pixel, there's a different camera lens, the 50 megabit pixel for like not panoramic shots, close-up shots though. Plus, you get a better zoom in with the Pros as well. I think on like the normal Pixels, it's like 8 times to 12 times. But on the Pros it's like 50. It's incredibly like, wow. Like some of it is software locked for sure, but there is like a different actual camera. Nah, I feel like that, I think a lot of people are reminiscent of Rio though. I think that's what the problem is, Miss Pira, is like, if you're looking at it from a like nostalgic perspective, you think of the Rio that will take a touch for 50 yards out, play the perfect looping pass, and you still see shades of that, but it's nowhere near as consistent, because again, under Ange, he played a little bit more forward, it allowed them to be a bit more free, but didn't have to be, I guess, as defensively, you know, set. So the fact that he has to do a bit more defending nowadays, he's not the most physical fella, so you kind of see him panic whenever he gets like physically bodied up. Because I even pointed that out, the kind of early stages, like Campbell was going to be the one going up against McGregor, you'd have Triantis probably against the Tatty, and that would be the more technical battle. And to be fair, that's exactly how it's played out, because Mariah Welsh is just blocking everyone else. He's the roaming midfielder. So it's an interesting one for sure. But I wouldn't say he's not having the worst game, I would say. Like I'd say right now 6 or a 7, like not bad, not great. You had to renew your phone contract the other day, get the latest Samsung Galaxy. To be fair, it was speaking riddles to me. To be fair, that's the one thing that I am actually kind of useful for. Like I know, see if I actually like if there was like an ideal job for me that's like close to here, it would be like at the Curry's that's up the street or something, because at least that way I know what I'm talking about. See if somebody came in and went, yo, what are the specs of this? I'd be able to actually break down if it's a good fucking call to buy it or not. But I know a fair amount about, like, see, when I got this monitor, like the one that I got like last year, like this one, fuck me, it took a lot to find a monitor that was as good as this one. Plus it was on sale when I found it, so that's kind of why I'm looking at Pixels, because the 10's coming out soon as well, and when the 10 comes out, the phone's drop in price, or they put like a massive sale on them. So my thinking is that. £25 spent on YouTube. To be fair, yeah, I guess I would say I'm the same, but I can't. But see, the one thing I've realised actually, see, since I've broke my phone, I actually feel a lot happier. See, because I ain't staring at social media all the fucking time, man, and I'm not seeing everyone else pure happy, and I'm like, oh, yay, you know, like I don't have to feel as miserable, because I can be like, oh right, I'm bored, I'll just go outside for like a half an hour and fucking sit, you know, all things like that. Like I said, I'm trying to get my shit together by the end of this year, realistically. Like, I want to get back into work and all that stuff, so, you know, the big thing for me is mental. I need to get the mental sorted, man. That shit sucks half the time. Cannot fault it, man. You know what you're saying, you love the nostalgia, but you're back on. Yeah, it's the same when people kind of talked about like Lee Griffiths or Gary Hooper when they had like those really good seasons, and then the seasons where they weren't maybe as effective. You're like, where's that old you? Or like a better example recently is Kyogo. You know what I mean? That's why we probably sold him, because like he's lost that magic, and Rio still has it. It's firmly in there. You can see it when he plays. It's just maybe not as vibrant as you would kind of say, but Kun or Maeda or even Jota has. How you doing, David? Nice to see you, fella. Kun is on fire, absolutely. Man is blazing, he is smoking. Well, that's what I'm thinking, because I could just go and get the Pixel 9 Pro, and that would be fine and all, but I don't want to spend £1,000 on a phone. You know what I mean? Absolutely fuck that noise, you know. Like, I don't need high-end tech, right? I'm able to make a whole stream run on a PC that's older than, well, I mean, it's not old per se, but I got this when I moved in here, which was like 6 years ago. So, you know, you have to think about it like that. So I don't need the newest tech, I just need tech that's efficient. So the second half's about to get underway though, so we'll go back to this screen. Appreciate the person that subscribed, by the way. If we get like 2 or 3 more back, then we're back to where we were before. And I said that the last stream as well, we have been stuck in like the 1610s for like 3 weeks now. I'll quickly finish this because there ain't too much left of it. It's like 2 draws. Just Schmeichel and Italian walking out pure hugging each other. I love to see that, man. It's probably Schmeichel just go and see if you make a mistake, I will drag you into the dressing room and we'll have words after. Just walks away and Rio's like, ah, okay. No visible changes by the looks of it. Looks as is to me, no changes for Hibs either. Besides the one that they had to make early in the, well, late in the first half I should say, the Carden change for Obita. But we're on the way, ball is moving. Football time. Let's go. Okay, oh god, no man. Oh my god, already a chance actually. We broke down the wing, it's taken a big deflection, Hibs head it away and it's going to be a throw-in. Comfortable enough start, I'm not going to complain of that too hard. Simple enough, played back across. Calm and control, keep it close lad, no stupid shit, there we go. Nothing too fancy here, we just have to keep it simple. Play the second half out as calm as we can, we should be fine. Slips a revelation, definitely. Transfer a phone, that's how I are, genuinely. I don't get people that buy those types of like fucking, you know, like the iPhone 16 fucking Pro and all that shit. You're like, right, but there's going to be a new phone that comes out in like 6 months. that's probably going to be like slightly better, and then people will probably pay like the 400 up charge for that. It's dumb. That's a good pass. Coon. Across the face of the box. That's dangerous as fuck. I'll give Smith his credit again, by the way. The goalkeeper's coming out and claiming it a lot. And he had to, I'll tell you what, he really had to get there, by the way, because if he was like a second later, to be fair, Jota would have been offside, so it wouldn't have mattered, but don't think the keeper knew that. Sent forward. Awkward bounce. Should be one back by Trusty. Apparently there's a foul. Was there a tail off or something? Did he get caught on the way through? I don't know. My eyes were focused on the ball, so I can't speak in confidence. But I'm presuming he just got clipped after the ball was cleared. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, he was pushed after the ball was cleared. That is a foul. I know, I don't want a contract phone though. Like I said, I need it to be like unlock eSIM, that type of shit, because that's a foul, definitely. That might be a card actually as well. He did catch him late. Triantis is in the book. Like I said, that technical battle between him and Rio's showing some signs. That's a ball that's played through way too early. I love how we have to fucking call it back, but you allowed Hibs to do that in the first half, no bother. But Rio stayed down, and that's not a good sign. I hope it's not too... He did get caught a belter though. It wasn't... I don't think it was intentional. He was just trying to stand in towards Rio. But I think he overstretched and he did catch... Oh fuck man, it's way worse looking in slow motion. It's not a red card offence, I'll say that for free. But Triantis is definitely in the book for that one. But they're checking for a red card. This is interesting because I know why, right? It's like because maybe his studs are up, but I don't think that'd be a red card offence. That'd be really harsh. Yeah, no, that's the right call. I was going to say, man, that would have been really stupid if they decided to give that as a red card because it wasn't intentional. What are the score predictions? Most people were saying kind of 2-0, 3-0. I sat in the kind of bracket of 2-1, 3-1. Sent forward. No real danger on that one, to be fair. It should just be comfortably gathered by Celtic. Quick throw in. Skipper to Rio, should just look out towards Slop and there could be a breakdown that far side. Use the space this time, boys. That's a much better for Jota. Lays it off for Slop, he'll just kind of step inside. Good layoff touch. Oh, that was a lovely wee divot. Cannot fault that at all, but as in Gilles kind of suggests still his arms out. He's like, where was the offload and run? Nobody was there. 3-0 Bob, I respect it. Oh, corner kick at least there. That's TV. I was going to say if you pointed to the fucking for a goal kick, that would have been horse as shit. Corner kick for us at the very least. It's a good run for Jota there. It kind of cut inside, but no real danger on it. But we've put some interesting set piece routines from corners. We've done some short passes and then laid it off to the edge of the box. We've gone near post, far post. We've tried some different things and I can appreciate that. Let's see what we're going to do this time. It's going to be on, so it's going to be that back post swinger, and it is a back post swinger. It's headed away by Hibs. And apparently there's a foul for somebody, I guess. Did Miller get pulled, I'm presuming? No, he fell over and got the foul. That makes perfect sense, to be honest with you. Don't know how the fuck that makes sense, but it's okay. It looks worse for that angle. Jesus Christ, lad. That's a bit of a dive. It's played up towards a beater and there could be a break. Quick ball, snatch pass. It's a good touch for Trusty, but it's going to be dangerous for us to get it clear. Good touch. Great steal, great clearance. Love that. Good hustling for Angels there, man. Just gets himself in front of it. Punts it as far clear as he can muster up. Good touch inside. Calm and composed, boys. I can't argue with it too much, Coffee. I've had a few different ones myself, but most of them are old ass phones. I've not had something for this decade. I should probably clarify how old my phones are. But I needed to upgrade at some point anyway. That's a lovely pass. Oh, that was lovely, to be fair. I cannot argue with that whatsoever. The Travella pass was clean. It's kind of sailing all the way through, but yeah, Smith was always going to get there first. I respect it though. The ball was lovely. Just didn't really, yeah. They cut in front of the goalkeeper. Could have maybe stole something there, but it would have been a lot of an ask to get there. Calm. I think 3-1 is a safe get. Can't fault it at all. How you doing, James? Nice to see you, fella. Hope you're well. What a touch. Well kept in, Joe. That is fucking beautiful. He's still going. Still going. Go on, son. Still going. That would have been a brilliant goal if he'd scored that. That would have genuinely been sick. Oh, well played to try and keep that in. He was just really unlucky there. Smith kind of stood his ground quite calmly. Managed to get the paws away on it. Quite comfortable. Celtic are still coming at them though, so I've got something like really even having a chance to take a second. It's a good pass there, keeps it controlled, has to roll out towards the right, go on. Nice. Coming off in Nicholas, where's your control going here, son? You're going for the overlap? Yep, there it is. Brilliant dummy run for Johnston, still going, laid off towards Rio. Slightly overhit 1-2 between him and Jota, but Rio does well to keep it under control. Schlupp has it. Oh, that could be awkward. Hibs are going to have to try and just go back and clear it. They do. Smith gets it, sends it as far forward as he can muster. It'll be a throw in for us just inside of the Hibs half again. It seems to be the same kind of 2-3 routes of attack for us though. We'd like to see a wee bit of a switch up. Rather than using the wings and cutting in, why don't we go central, cut it out to the wings. That allows them that run. Worked for us in the first half. There we go, get it central, then use the wings. That's a lovely touch. How's your control? Calm enough. There we go, starting to use a bit more of the central space. Played out towards the wings. Is there a cutting now? This is where you're going to do that type of stuff. There we go. Good shot for Kuhn, and it takes a weird skip off the surface, but again Smith well set to it, just pops up into his chest, comfortably gathered. Technically it would count as a shot on target, but not necessarily one that you would consider to be threatening. That'd be an interesting mix for sure. Come on, dice up with this corner, lads. We need those clear-cut chances. Heading up and away, it's kind of dangerous. How's your control, Skip? Fucking beautiful. Love to see it. McGregor does brilliantly that. And Gels, good feet. Very good feet. Don't know why he would try a shot, but I love the fact that he went for it anyway. Fair enough. Can't argue. Going on for Jota and 60. Both of them are currently on the pitch, fella. Jota's on the left, Kuhn's on the right, so if there's a change it would be Yang, most likely. I'd imagine either would probably come on around the 65th as... Yeah, I'd say about the 65th. That's a very overhit ball, but it could work out. I can respect the idea for Arnie, he just tries to kind of flick it off the back of his head. Not sure if it was like a shot on target or if he was just trying to keep it in the mix. showing that Jota breakaway chance again. That was genuinely brilliant. Podium. That's better, Rio. Much better. And there's that perfect pass he has. Kuhn's in behind. Brilliant fucking challenge though. Wow. What a standing challenge that was. Cannot take anything away from it. But that's what we need to see more if Rio. He uses his body, bounces up against his man and then plays that perfect pass through. Better. Much better. A lot of players too impatient and going for glory this half. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not wrong, but I feel like it's not a bad approach to have. The one big thing for Celtic is that we never just tend to have one goal scorer, right? We tend to have goals that come all across the park, so it doesn't surprise me too much. That was a genuinely brilliant tackle, by the way. Hibs go for a corner, back post, goes over everybody quite comfortably, and it's just going to be a casual goal kick. That was probably Hibs' best chance, and I'd say about 40 minutes of football completely wasted. Put 50 win on Celtic to win the game, easy $300. Fair enough, man. Hope it comes through for you. I don't like that. I really don't. Why have you allowed that through? Fuck off. Chance for Hibs. They're going down the wing with this one. This is dangerous, lads. You've got to keep it clear. Stand your man up. Better, Rio. Better, Rio. That's what we need to see more of, big man. Just getting on the end of it, causing some hassles. Still a potential threat. Again, I don't know why Maeda isn't getting fouls, man. There's a few times where Bashiri's done that. Just randomly bobbled over Maeda and he gets away with it. Here we go, throw in, long, high, awkward. Shot's not particularly dangerous, but the clear up isn't great either. There's some bundled bodies, someone's gone down there. So eventually clearing the whistle's blown out. That I was a complaint about, but Giles has gone down holding his ankle. You should be good. Get back on your feet, big fella. Wasn't the greatest clears for Johnston. It just made that whole sequence a wee bit awkward. It was a foul in Giles, but he's definitely a tad dramatic about his execution on it. You have Celtic to win 2-1. Nah, it's kind of the same bit, if what I admit. Like I said, Hibs haven't done too much in terms of goal threat. They've had one shot on target, and that's about the extent of their whack so far. Simple enough. Schmeichel rolls it across for Trusty. How's your control? Decent. Plays it in safe. Schlupp. Good pass. McGregor. Even better pass. Rio. Right idea. It was fantastically placed, but it's going to be awkward. I respect the fact that Jota tried to keep that one in play. It's a good switch across. Brilliant pass for the skipper again. He's done a lot of the good outside passing here. Good overlap for Johnston. Brilliant pass for Johnston. What a ball in. Could be a chance. Johnston across the face of the ball. Maeda, no, son. Oh, you don't miss those. You can't miss those. It's a sitter. No other way to put it. It's like the classic Celtic sitter. He just doesn't get... Oh, what the fuck. How do you miss? His reaction genuinely says it all. Like, while his arse is still sliding, he puts his arms in his face. That is a massive, massive miss. That could have fucking killed the game dead. Like I said, the one complaint we had for the first half, we just weren't really clinical when it came to chance creation. That was a big opportunity and it was just not taken. Shows that we can get into those goal scoring opportunities, and like I said, it's that central wing, cut it in. Start using that more. Hibs don't really have too many answers for it. No, Rio has woken up, he's in a much better second half. I think Johnson will go down south in the summer. I don't really know. Apparently Atletico Madrid are interested, but they'll need to pay good money for him. He's on contract here until like 2029, so they're going to have to pay overhead for him. Oh, lovely step in for Nicholas. It's not the greatest ball though for Kuhn. He has to do a wee bit better there, I have to be honest. It's a good straight pass forward though for Hibs. They have a chance to break on their own, and instead they go backwards. That will piss their fans off because he literally had like half the pitch to run into, and he decides to hold the ball up, cut it back, and then just pass into the space that they just got out of. It's a good ball forward trying to find Boyle there, but Carter Vickers doing what Bashiri does to Maeda, just stands in front of him and allows Schmeichel to just waddle out and claim it up. I feel that one. Definitely not a Maeda masterclass moment, but comfortable enough. Passes, crosses, calm, decent enough, trusty. That's a dangerous ass pass. I'm surprised that actually worked out. Good work for Jota there. Still awkward, but the pressing game's there for Celtic. Hibs do well to break through it though. Play it across, break down that side, lovely pass, but for some reason they just don't really react to it. Iredale was not happy, but wasn't particularly the greatest pass we've ever seen. That's probably the nicest thing you can say about it. I don't see why we would even need Muller in the first place, Mark. Hibs are making some changes and they're more offensively minded ones. It's a straight midfield switch for Mariah Welsh, who's arguably been the best player. So that's kind of curious. I'll be curious to see how this one how they adapt to it, but it's Levitt that's came on for him. I guess I'm not going to get a graphic of who the other change was, I suppose. Coming off, keep it under control, Carter decent. Run it, keep running it. Big man's running down the entire wing, he's still got it, fucking brilliant. It's given away though. The greatest piece of control there for Angels. Now Hibs have a chance to get down that flank if they can, but Rio gets there, puts some pressure on. That is much better, man. Like I said, he had to get a bit more technically, you know, invested in trying to deal with Trent specifically, and he's done a fucking brilliant job of it in the second half. Can't take anything away for Rio so far. In terms of improvements, pretty decent. Kuhn, touch inside, calm enough. Lovely for Rio. McGregor. That pass is just as fucking beautiful, by the way. Here's slop edge of the area, could just tee up a shot. Does tee up a shot. That is a lovely opportunity, but again, it's just beside the post, it's not on target. Lovely effort for our left back, can't fault the effort whatsoever, man. He tees it up right, does well to cut it back across, fires it hard, fires it low, but just kind of skips off out the surface and just past that far post, man. good amount of the stadium. I thought that crept in myself for a second. Thought it definitely did, but again, it's all if buts and maybes. We need an absolute right now. It's a good steal. Dyson could lay it off, and it's just not the greatest touch video. Probably might have been offside anyway, so I guess that doesn't matter. Fair enough. Nice. Keep it close, Nat. Don't let him in. That's a good block, in fairness. Gale's trying to look for a penalty because the guy fucking played in England his whole career, so of course that's literally all you're trying to do, fall over at the slightest bit of contact, but the referee was not even slightly interested. There wasn't even really a shout for the Hibs, so yeah, totally fine. Carter won the ball. It's like Gale tries to like touch it and just doesn't set himself. It's unlucky, in fairness. Doesn't make it seem like a dive there at all, actually. He was just trying to outstretch for it and he lost his balance. Fair enough. Can't argue with that too much. Decent, good roll across. Here's Trust to run it. Coming off his slop, just should go inside. He opts to play it safe, cuts it back. Coming off, go on. Good. Like I said, 1-0 is just not at the scoreline you want to be leading a game by. It's 1/2 chance away for being dragged out a little bit longer than we'd like. That's a great ball for Schlupp. Brilliant touch for Jota. How's your control? Keeps it convincingly close. But the second, as soon as they get into the box, their ability to take a touch vanishes. I love that for Rio to try and tee a shot for range, but it's always going to be blocked by Campbell comfortably enough that he just throws himself down to the ground. What Schlupp wages at Crystal Palace? A lot. But this is a thing a lot of people are forgetting, that he plays at Palace, man. Like, his wages are much higher than our highest paid player here. Keep in mind the only reason we're taking Tierney back is because the man was willing to take a wage cut near enough 80%. And while I believe that Schlupp is a player that would love to play first team football, I presume he would take a wage out in Saudi Arabia. I don't think he would downgrade to like a fucking, 25, 35 grand a week contract. Good exchange pass. How's your control? Beautiful Jota once again. Can you get the pass in? Lovely. Schlupp, get the cross. Decent cross as well. It's just a little bit overhit. I'll go out on the far side for an Iberian throw instead. Yeah. So he would need to take like a 50% wage cut minimum to get him in the door. Plus, again, it's not really something that Celtic think about in terms of, do we bring in someone that's like in their early 30s? It's not really Celtic mythos. But if he was to take a wage cut, I'd love to see it happen. He's not on side there, surely. They've allowed it to play on for now. Gale doesn't get the shot away, it takes a deflection, and Schmeichel just gets it back, plays it out, comfortable pass. Not the greatest touch on by Johnston, but pressure's on. That should be a throw in for us. I really wanted to see that running behind for Gale again to see if he was offside or not, but don't think we're too interested. It's just passed out. Schlupp has to just about drop back to cover it. Decent. How's your control? Calm. Overlapping run is there, Schlupp. Just control yourself. Decent. Not the greatest pass, I'll say, but Celtic have sustained pressure up there. Oh, of course, Hibs player goes down trying to find the foul. That is pathetic, man. More than happy to barge into people, no bother, but you get touched and you fucking throw yourself to the ground like that. That's a wee bit weak. And more importantly, Johnston won the ball, so what the fuck? It's a double-edged sword, that one. Fair enough. Nah, I don't think we'd pay 80k for a guy that's, you know, again, early 30s. No matter how desperate we are for it. And again, why would we pay that much in wages for a guy that would be sitting on the bench when Tierney would be our main left back? Like, mathematically, economically, business, every form of it just doesn't make sense. As much as I would love to see it, because I do like Schlupp. Schlupp is fucking class, but like I said, you need to take like a wage cut and near enough about fucking 60% if he's on 80k a week. Hibs are running out of time to really create chances of their own here. They've been playing decent around the midfield. Can't take anything away from that in a lot of aspects, but the game has slowed down significantly over the last 5-10 minutes. Both sides have just kind of slowed their roll. Celtic will probably just try to build some energy back up after the weekend extended burst of pressure that we just had, but I see a bit more urgency, especially when we're running it through that central area, because one miss pass and you've got a springboard where 4 or 5 Hibs players can break. Nice 1-2 between Maid and McGregor there. Good overlapping touch. How's your control? Keep it fucking yes. Better. Much better. Still on it. Beautiful. Lovely hold up. Ball into the box is actually really good. It just doesn't take the bounce that it should have. Hibs clear the lines and they might have a breaking chance of their own here. Could distract all the way back to put some pressure on and forces it half the ball. Gabble kind of puts his hands up in apologies, but that's just decent tracking back. Our winger's doing really good defensive work though. Looks like those midfield changes are going to be coming on. It looks like it's McCowan. We'll be having Yang coming on for, I'd imagine, well, I would imagine Kuhn anyway, but it could be a chance that it's a switch for Jota, who knows. But McGregor's coming off. Carter Vickers takes the armband for now. Decent shift for the skip, can't fault it too much. You know, it's going to be Jota that comes off for Yang. I don't mind that too much. Pretty much. Nah, I mean, Taylor's all but locked in to leave. Simple pass across the face. Let's get some movement, boys. Ideally getting a second right around now would be pretty calm. Kalmakov injured. Nah, he's not injured or anything. It's what we did in the last match against St Mirren. Just allows McCowan to sit in a little bit deeper. That was a decent cross. It's going to take a deflection. Should be a corner kick. No bad all round there. I'll be curious now that Carter Vickers has got the captain's armband if he just decides to like get a wee buffer, start scoring some cracking goals. Power header. Just wasn't the cross though, was it? Easily gathered by Smith in the end. Even couldn't kind of shakes his head at that one, Jesus. After 1 or 2 passes, they've got it in the midfield area, they're looking for a break forward. Lovely taking touch, cut back into space. There is an overlap there, but Celtic are more than switched on, they're doing what they need to do here. Good prowess and precision for Hibs to try and cut themselves a chance out, but again, like, they get into the final third and then they do something like that. It's just a really bad cross. It looks like they're going to be bringing on Junior Hoylett as one of their last changes as well. It's another kind of like for like switch. Their striker is off, Boyle is taking his leave. And Hoylett is on, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. They've also got Ewan on as well for, I think, Campbell. That is Campbell, there we go. So Campbell and Boyle are off, Ewan and Hoylett are on. And they've just been handed a piece of paper to figure out tactics, I suppose, so they might be going for a formation change. Carter Vickers just opts to pop out from the back. The flick on's respectable. Maeda will do his best to kind of force the issue, but it's comfortably gathered in the end. Hibs have like a half chance to break here. Keep it composed, boys. Step inside. Keep him marked. McCowan, good stuff. Overlap. Johnston gets there in the end, but the cross is still going to be funneled in. Carter Vickers just punts it clear. Hibs will have a chance to build up and fire in another counter attack if they can. Played short. Brilliant touch for Trusty just to put some pressure off the defence there, but it's again not necessarily fully dealt with. And again, Rio just steps up towards his man, closes the space down a little bit, and gives Hibs a throw-in opportunity just inside their own half here, so maybe a case of send it long, try and win a knock-on. I don't know why everyone's fucking rinsing Rio right now when he's actually had probably the best second half out of our midfielders. Like, keep in mind, if this is Rio when he's off it, he's still better than 99.9% of SPFL midfielders. We know what happens with Rio. He has these like 2 months where he's shite, and then he has like a 3-month period where he's actually class again. That's due to happen at any point. Kyogo was the same down to the SPF all season, despite being the top goal scorer when he left. That's what I'm saying. Like, people try and build up all these negatives for players and all that stuff, but they don't actually look into the finer details and go, right, the reason why is because a whole fucking managerial switch came in, tactical switch came in. Like, yeah, the players aren't going to be as effective when they're playing under an entirely different fucking system. That's just basic, natural football. If you're taught to play a certain way and then all of a sudden a more pragmatic manager comes in that wants you to play a bit more defensive, you're going to look at him like he's insane, especially when the ethos beforehand was attack, attack, attack. So Rio had to learn how to adjust an entire whole different style of play, and he's done an alright job of it. He's just not as consistent as the other midfielders. Like I said, he's Mr. Inconsistent. Well, fucking Maeda's Mr. Consistent. Yang was not offside though. I mean, it didn't really matter anyway, but I think it's a bit harsh. Should have had a corner. What, in the second half? Yeah, absolutely. He was chasing down everyone. He played that perfect pass through that obviously led to that fucking pass across that Maeda missed. Put Kuhn through for that opportunity, has done some decent tackling on Triantis, hasn't let him pass more than once. Had some decent link-up play with Jota and Schlupp. Can't see he's had a bad second half whatsoever, Chief. And McGregor isn't even on the pitch anymore, so it's a very invalid point. We feel alright, guys. Respectfully, feel something else. We don't need a last minute equaliser. That can go and fuck it self. See, I like that. That's better for Jam. Goal coming 84th minute. That'd be nice. $14-1 for Celtic to win in extra time. Anyone that takes that bet is a silly sausage. Celtic will only get better as the game goes on. Bear in mind, we're in like, I mean, what do they call it in the NFL? Like toilet time, right? Where it's basically just fucking seeing the game out. But Celtic are known for scoring late goals, so I have my faith. Sloppy's ace, absolutely, man. He's been class. It's nice to have a left back that occasionally tries to pop off a shot, because that's what I love about Johnston. Is he's mostly defensively orientated, but you know he can actually hit one. Schlopp's showing that same kind of calibre as well. It's always nice. Oh, that was lovely for McCowan. Hold on, break chance for us. Oh, what a pass! What a fucking pass! If oh, this is going to be awkward. I was going to say you'd have to jog a hell of a lot to get there, young, but Muller was going to cut him out long before he did. Still dangerous though, Schlupp has it. Good touch. Tries to be a bit too clever that time. Unlucky Jeffrey, but keep it simple next time, big fella. Can say the exact same about Yang for that one. The very confusing moments. Chance for Hibs to break past across, and this could be dangerous. Abita's got it on the far side, overlapping runs are there. Yuan's there too. Played across, it's a dangerous ball, but I tell you what, no awareness from Hibs' attack whatsoever. Hoylett played a fine ball through. Can't take anything away from it. And it all starts with Abita winning that ball back at the inside of that half. They play it literally one decent ball forward, and Hoylett and Yuan just kind of run down, forcing a chance out of it. Thankfully for us, it doesn't lead to anything, and it looks like we'll be bringing Maeda off to give him a wee bit of a break. Never fucking mind, I guess, that we're going to be taking off Kuhn. We'll be pushing Maeda out to the left, Young out to the right, and then we'll put Maeda up front. But that's just confusing because Maeda does look a wee bit tired. I feel like Kuhn could have comfortably have seen this game out. He's doesn't look particularly too fatigued, but it might just be a kind of precaution to make sure that he's fit for the next game, because we know what the next game is. Pretty important all round. The leather jacket, to be fair, the leather jacket would not be a bad addition. He's got about 5 or 10 minutes to see if he can do what's necessary. Good breakaway chance for Hibs here, good feet and control. This is the thing about them having mostly fit attackers, and keep it composed. Lovely pass on. That is clean. McCowan, good touch, good control. Schlupp's going to be up against it here. Just kind of clips his man out of the game, let's be honest. That's a straightforward yellow card scenario. Schlupp's in the book. Still alive. Comfortably so. Oh, would you look at that? A Hibs player's down, and yeah, they'll probably sit there and be like, I need 10 minutes on the floor to maximise injury time. Oh, on your feet, big fella. Wasn't that hard of a knock? A few yellow cards have been handed out today. See what Hibs do with this one. It's swung in half awkwardly. Schmeichel again just literally walks out, sees the ball, just claims it. Calm as you like, man. You actually heard a few kind of like ironic hey for the crowd there. Just was not a particularly dangerous pass into the box whatsoever, was it? Trosty just kind of scythes it out. Good touch for Maeda there. Just forces it out, wins the throw in instead. Calm enough. Time is really running out for Hibs to get anything a note here. It's lovely touch for Rio. Lovely pass for Rio. That was the right idea. It was just a brilliant tackle for Bashiri again, by the way. Fucking well stood in. Yang does well to cut that one out though. We love to see it. McCowan has to hold it up because Ida's offside and still hasn't fucking put himself in line. Lad, step in. You can't blame fatigue, you're just on the fucking pitch. There's hanging off the shoulder here runners and then there's literally being clean fucking pride off them. Stay in line. Could have given McCowan an extra route there, but instead we had to kind of slow it down and go backwards. Nice 1-2 movement there. Calm and collected, nothing silly here boys. Good for the Schlop, takes it inside, calm and composed. Referee decided to get in the way for a half second there, and then there was a body, and the referee decides not to blow a foul. They get away with a lot, man. Pretty sure they get fucking fouls every time they fell over for that exact scenario. We don't get them. Hibs go forward. Trying their best to work it side to side, played in towards him. It's a dangerous space. Cadden's up against Maeda, but Maeda is just always going to keep going, and of course, Cadden goes down. Get him off the fucking pitch, man. That's twice he's hit the deck holding his fucking ass cheek. It's probably something like a bruised tailbone or some shit, and it probably is something that's really irritating to him. But respectfully, if you're going down 2-3 times a minute, get off the fucking field. It's clear that Hibs are just trying to add extra minutes onto the fucking clock. You see this every single match when it's like a St Johnstone or a St Mirren, where every like 85th fucking 87th minute they'll just stop it. Genuinely already, 100%. But look at that, he puts some water on his head and magically he's like, I am ready to play football again. That makes no sense. Appreciate the fellow that just unsubscribed. They're very cool, by the way. That was nice. I don't ask for much, but even then I get nothing. That's a good exchange actually. Hibs could do something with it, but it's going to be calmly dealt with. How's your touch, Young? Decento, very good. But the pass, not so much. Rio kind of in the right mindset to just stand in between the two of them in case it took a deflection, and Hibs just favour us by passing the ball away like that for some reason. That's very cool. I can't even argue with the idea, it's just the fact that there wasn't even like a single Hibs body there, so why did you pass it there? Incredible. That's good. Love that for McCowan. He's been brilliant since he's came on. Overlapping passes on. Here's a big chance to kill it. Surely. Brilliant ball for Dyson. Oh, it's been a while since I've said this, but he's yanged it. He's fucking yanged it. He's... Oh, dude, that should have been so much... At least on target. At least on target. Just completely miss swings at it. Bro, should have done better. Fair enough though. Can't argue too much. I suppose it is what it is. Fucking hell. Decent roll across. Keep it calm. Schlop does well to dig it away. We've got 5 additional minutes to play through here. So if Hibs want something, they basically have to go now. Keep it composed, boys. Nothing stupid now. Played out towards that far side. Potential break. Miller might go for the quick cross. It's the right idea. Honestly, at that point, you might as well just try and get it in towards the near post, see if there is a loose runner there, but that was a big opportunity. And again, like, Ida doesn't really help himself. Does he? Like, he's not onside at any point during that counter-attack. He might as well have not fucking been there. Yeah, again, Yank's reaction. There's just been a lot of really big chances that we've not put away. The only one that you can really honestly forgive was Schlop's miss, because it was a decent attempt outside the box, but there's been some really bad misses. But that's a chance. That is a chance this game! Aye, that! That's what happens when you stay on side, big man. Things are good. Fantastic. Well, there we go. Game is over. 2-0 it is. Fantastic, man. He doesn't stay with his man for once. He runs forward and then just steps back. Keeps himself on. Lovely ball into space. And I'll tell you what, decent finish. He hits it into the ground and hits it hard. Cannot fault that whatsoever. Manages used to time his run pretty well. That's what happens, big man. Good to fucking see it. But again, McCowan made that. The way he kept running to get to the byline after laying the pass off. And again, brilliant layoff for Yang. All the substitutes combined for that goal. Fantastic. Rodgers masterclass. That pass from McCowan was genuinely fucking brilliant, by the way. See, seeing that back, he times that superbly. It's perfect, because if it's 1 millisecond later, Bashiri gets his ankle in front of either there. That's what makes it impressive. That's honestly a very impressive finish too. And if there was any doubts, boys, game, shot, and a match. It's over. But here come Hibs. Hold on a second. Oh, never mind. McCowan's won the ball back. I love McCowan, man. He's good. Run it. There's another breakaway chance. Kill it dead. Dies in. Why would you take that touch, you weird fucker? I don't understand that at all. Fair enough. It was a brilliant defensive. Like how? How do you even, like, lay it off to spin it behind? Like, that is genuinely a very calm touch. I like that. The Celtic fans are in fine fucking voice, though. One there for the vibes, potentially. Oh, here we go. McCowan's down the flank again. This is where he does his best work. Brilliant again. Oh, that would have been fucking brilliant for McCowan. He honestly deserved that. That was superb. Again, get him out towards the edge of that box. He will take his man on. He'll drive it to the byline and force the issue. Good save by Smith. But that's why I said he should have started this game. It just made more sense. Hibs like to use their midfield. He's more than happy to take them on. Fucking brilliant effort. Corner kick. We might just play it short and then look to waste time off the clock. I mean, there's no point for us really trying to do too much for this point. Hibs know that the game is pretty much signed, sealed and delivered. Let's be honest, they ain't in this. Don't think they've really done much in this half. I think they've had one single shot. Celtic have had a much better second half and as a whole. And like I said, we pretty much did what we needed to do. Nothing too fancy. It wasn't going to be a convincing 4 or 5-0 goal type of game, but more than enough to make it convincing, and we'll make sure that we book ourselves a spot. That's a decent touch for Young. Is there a potential break? Or are we just holding the ball up? Oh wait, it could be 3! No, Dyson, you fucking moron! Why would you do that? Why? You fucking... What? Just hit it! How many fucking sittles does this man miss? Like, it's such a good save for Smith in, like, some aspects, but again, like, just take a touch and hit it low. Don't try and be clever and dance past it, man. Fucking hell. Wee bit of complacency. But we'll love it because it's my Aidan. We'll love him. In fairness, it was genuinely a decent save, Wayne. You're no wrong in the slightest. I'd say if there's a man of the match, it's definitely Smith, but that's full fucking time, boys. Game over. That's what we needed to see. Convincing, calm, composed. Much better second half. Everyone actually played their part. A couple of sitters to boot, which is always nice, but nonetheless, we are through. We don't need to worry. Life is good. That's decent enough. You know what I mean? We don't really need to worry about too much. We just need to see who we get drawn against next. I don't know when that draw is, to be honest with you, but nonetheless. Always hammering it in the last 10 minutes. Exactly it, man. We did exactly what we needed. You take it easy, Jam. You take it easy. 100%, man. 100%, Robert. Fair enough, Liz. I can't even argue with it. I cannot even argue with it. It's a very, very good performance for us all round. No real fuss there. Maeda's got man of the match. Which, honestly, yeah. I'd say the kind of left-hand shout would be McCowan, because when he came on, the game got much easier. He was fucking excellent when he came on, honestly. But calm, composed, time to yell. You know the drill. Oh. I'll need to wrap my stream up relatively soon, actually, because I need to get down to the fucking store and buy stuff. Right. For the victory. For the win. And for Maeda's fucking magnificence. Yes, sir. That's good. That's decent. That's about what we expected. Can't fucking argue with that. Very cool. More than chuffed. We are in a semi. That is very much true, Irishman. Very much true. I don't think Tyson deserves man of the match today. I mean, a goal, numerous decent passes and creative chance. I think it's fair, honestly. But we're in. That's all that matters. Semi-final time, boys. Pretty fucking chuffed with that. I was going to give like a round of applause to their away. I don't understand why you're doing that. You didn't play a particularly great game. I don't know why you feel a bit deflated after that one, but you do. I don't know. It's one of those, I guess. It's like, we knew that we were going to win this game. We weren't going to lose to Hibs twice in a row, and again Celtic. Hibs at Celtic Park, as I say, they've not won here in 15 years. We knew we were going to win this game. It was just a case of if it was going to be comfortable or not. And this was a comfortable 2-0 win. It wasn't particularly too dangerous. It's kind of middle of the road. But the advantage is now is the fact that we're into the semi-finals, and more importantly, Rangers have to play another European game before we take them on in the 16th. So there is that. You know what I mean? We can certainly take advantage, and if we manage to win that match, basically, league is done. We're in the semi-finals of a cup. We win that semi-final, chances are we win. You know, it just depends on who we get drawn against, I'd imagine. It'll be interesting to see who we get, to be honest. But I'd imagine because it's us, most likely it'll be Hearts, and then I'd imagine someone like Aberdeen in the final. I feel like that's probably how it's going to go. It's only 12 likes, Phil. If we can get it to like 20 then, that'd be very kind. You'd like to see us get St Johnstone or Hull event in the same. More just because you want to see the better team place in the final. But the way I look at it is if we get Hearts, we beat Hearts and we're up against Aberdeen, and if we beat Aberdeen, we get Hearts. They're two very decent teams in their own right. Hibs were probably the most dangerous left in terms of form. We've seen what that meant today. Very comfortable one for us, one way or another. Oh, well, there we go, fantastic. 30 is more than enough for a stream like this. You know, you never expect much with these types of games. It's a cup match and pretty easily accessible. When is the draw? I'd imagine it would be after the last Scottish Cup match. I don't know if ours is the last Scottish Cup match though. Film that schedule. Yeah, it'll be after Livingston and St Johnstone tomorrow. If that gives you an idea. But look at this man though. Take a look at this man, look at how beautiful he is. But yeah, I mean, fucking hell, yeah, the stats were very one-sided. 18 shots, 8 on target, 77% of the ball. Apparently 0 passes, so that's interesting. We just managed to like telepathically move it with our minds. Incredible football. A yellow card, but that was schlups, and it was a very justified yellow card in fairness. But I like the fact that we kept it relatively calm. No offsides apparently, even though that's also bullshit. Google doesn't like to do stats a lot, does it? Still don't know in the Man United and Arsenal game. Interesting. I'm curious to see how that one kind of plays out. But like I said, I kind of have some things that I need to go and do. I need to get like juice and things for this house. So I think that's probably the game plan, I'd imagine. I do appreciate the few of you that have subscribed this stream as well. We're back to where we were before. Again, I've said that the last few streams, so if I come on live the next time and we're back down to like fucking 16, like 11 or something, and then I get back up to 16, 14, I'm genuinely convinced this is Groundhog Day. But Jesus Christ, where are you? Get yourself some rest, my guy. Jesus. Actually, well, I should pull up the next match, because that's the next one and the important one. So if you're heading off on the night, there you go, take a little gander. That's the next time it will be live on this channel. It will be on the 16th, about 12:15. I'll usually try to be live for about 15 minutes before the game, but it's usually either 2 or 3 minutes before or 2 or 3 minutes after, give or take. So, you know, just keep an eye out for me then. You can hit the little notification thing and it actually like alerts you on your phone or wherever you have your notifications enabled from, and you get a wee notification when we go live, and it's just easier for you to join us. It really should have had a hat trick, honestly. Genuinely should have had a hat trick, there's no other way to put it, but I mean, at least he managed to get himself a goal, popped up with some decent football in the end of the game as well, and for the most part it's just good warm-up practice, you know, taking on a team that's pretty much in the same type of form as Rangers right now. It shows that if we can pretty much do the same as that, except maybe take our chances, especially in the first half, it'll be really hard for Rangers, especially given the fact that they'll have to be dealing with the European kind of fatigue as well. Then again, they could play it safe and just go like full strength against us and not so full strength against Fenerbahce, because again they've got that advantage of being able to choose to do that. They're 3-1 up at home for that game, so they might make some tweaks and changes with that game against us in mind, but realistically, if you're the Rangers fucking boss, you're thinking, go all out in Europe, fuck the league. Doesn't necessarily matter if we lose 1 or 2 more goddamn derbies, we lose enough as it is already, just focus on Europe. That could happen, but if not, who knows. Maybe the sweetest case scenario is that they decide to like not perform particularly great against Fenerbahce and then they play shit against us. That'd be best case scenario. Kind of the same plan for me, Keith. I don't even have bread in my house at the moment, so I need to go and stock up on those types of things. You take it easy, my guy. Simple answer is, guys, not that much. They'll clear your debts and give you about 10 or 15 million to spend on players, and that'll probably be it. Young sports are boring, what the fuck are you talking? I mean, some of them are alright, man, but like baseball, tolerable. I like baseball. In case you don't know, by the way, Baseball World Classic, it's free on YouTube, and Britain's qualifiers are up, like, relatively soon. We're against America, Mexico and Italy, so I want to clarify we're going to get fucking slapped up. Hey there, Megan, nice to see you, love. McCown has to start. Trust me, we've made that point already. Go back to the start of this stream, it was the first thing that I said about the midfield. I felt like McCown should have started this one. He would have been perfect for it. He showed why. We'll see what happens. Yeah, maybe so, mate. I don't know who to take, but he needs to be squashed into that midfield. I'd say, if he gets to play against Rangers, theoretically, I would make the guess that it would probably be for Rio. Because, I mean, Arn's just a bit too technical to not have in the team. You like the NBA just for the Celtic. To be fair, there are some pretty interesting teams. I just love like baseball for how fucked up it is. I just love the Mets. Like, I don't support the Mets. I want to clarify. If there's a team that I guess supported was the Oakland Athletics. I loved them because of the Moneyball movie. So I'm like, fuck it, they're my team now, I guess. But they don't even technically exist anymore. So So for me, I guess something like the Cincinnati Reds, just because they have a bunch of hard. Like I love their pictures. They're fucking insane, especially back in the 80s and 90s. So maybe them. I don't honestly know. No, you generally have Megan. To be fair, he's probably been the best like off the cuff type of signing that we've probably made. You know what I mean? Dundee must be raging that our scouts actually managed to pick up on him. They're like, fuck me. Like, how did he manage to slip through our cracks? And more importantly, for like less than $1.5 million. McCowan over Rio for the derby all day long. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like Rangers will still be able to have like a decent, respectable, I guess, account of themselves, especially when it comes to Europe, right? Because that seems to be their bread and butter for whatever reason. They're fine. But the problem will be what they do in terms of like additional work on top of what Celtic does. So if Celtic spend about 20 million in the summer, which is probably highly likely given the fact that we have the funds to do it, Rangers are going to need to invest a fair fucking amount of money, and they don't exactly have that, not in abundance anyway. But yeah, it's definitely been an interesting one. So I've got like a pretty thingied week up. I know that I'm probably going to get that phone ordered on like Wednesday, ideally anyway. So that'll be nice. But I do apologise because it means that I can't really, unless I'm on my actual PC using Discord, I can't really check it that much. So it's one of those things. You know what I mean? But yeah, I need to do that. I need to get this hole in my tooth fucking replaced because the film decided to just, I guess, come out for some reason. It's not irritating, but needs fixed. And then on top of that, it's just a bunch of actually relatively chill days. Because like I said, I don't need to be live again until the 16th, which is always nice for me. I get to take it easy for a wee bit, which is fucking smashing. We're going to complain about that too much at all. The NFL is the one that I don't understand. Like, I get baseball, I get basketball, like, I even get ice hockey to an extent, but I don't get NFL. I think it's just stupid. It's like rugby, but people wear pads, so therefore it's even worse. And they have a bunch of rules that just make it very, like, boring as shit. It's the nicest way to put it, man. Like, I tried to watch, like, some of the Super Bowl, the one that was happening there, but I watched about 10 minutes of that, I'm like, Oh, they'll do whatever it takes. Shit. Do you know how many fucking times I've heard an American conglomerate or company go, we will do whatever it takes, but their version of that is the American version of we'll do whatever it takes, which means we'll put some money in it. If we don't get an immediate return, we'll fucking destroy it and move on. It's a do or die, and either way, you sold your club's identity. I don't have to ever listen to a Rangers fan talk about how we use our money ever again, because you cunts needed a buyout to compete with us. Well, we're not necessarily even hitting the high heights ourselves, you know what I mean? We're only going to get better with internal growth. You're outsourcing all your problems and it's only going to cause more down the line. I'm telling you right now. I just love the baseball. Let's go the Mets, baby, the Mets. Oh, yeah, it's the Mets, baby. Yeah, let's go. That type of shit. You know what I mean? Exactly. Irishman's got a good point there. You know what I mean? There are a lot of dodgy owners. You get some decent American ones, do not get me wrong, but it's not as if the owners of the fucking San Francisco 49ers are up there with the likes of John Henry or fucking Kroenke. They're not worth like 10 or 27, 30 odd billion. They're worth way fucking less. And they still have the predominant means of their own actual control over the, their main thing, which is American sports franchises. They're not going to care anywhere near as much about Rangers as you think they do. No, but I can have a good idea based on using my eyes and previous instances. Bear in mind teams like MK Dons, remember how they got bought over by some mad American cunt that tied up an Englishman to put them in charge, and they're like, well, we're just going to move yous across the place. So they invented AFC Wimbledon, and we see what happened there. You know what I mean? American owners are all well and good if they're genuine, but you need to have someone that's there all the time, not just some face that's representing the company, but the company itself, right? That's the difference. We'll see what happens in the summer, but I guarantee you, they'll clear the debts at best. Because it gives every single fan in this country an immediate shutdown of a Rangers fan. Because if they're like, but we win trophies, like if they go ahead and win 2 or 3 trebles back to back next season because they just spend money, then we can turn around to them and go, that's why. Not because you're actually good, not because you built your club up, but because you sold the fuck out, you sold your soul, you sold your identity, you sold your very liberty just to have a crack at us. Not to better yourselves or make it more enjoyable for your fans. Nah, of course not. It's just so you can get your fucking debts clear so you don't capitulate for a second time. It's the same shit as always with Rangers. It's fucking split it up, put it anywhere else except on their own shoulders. Everyone else has to pay for it. Which is ironic considering the fact that they're working man's club. It's fucking ironic. I don't want to sit there and do this with Rangers fans because it's the one thing that pisses me off. Honestly, it's like they're like, oh, they'll come in and save us. They won't. They'll destroy you, and it'll be funny as fuck. 5 years max. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Maybe these new owners are actually half decent, but I can't. If they're already owning a bunch of other sports franchises, and those sports franchises, their main ones are failing, the kind of subsidy ones, they won't give a fuck about, man. If there's no return within about 2 or 3 years, they'll pop the bus and leave. They'll leave you high to dry, even worse than White did. Yeah, maybe that's the one thing that might work out in their favour though, Black Sausage, is the fact that as much as we want to say it, Rangers do have a passionate ass fan base. So if they want like a big dose, a big like reality check of, hey, these guys genuinely care about their club, it's not like America where if they start losing it's like, I'm gonna start supporting the Texas Rangers now because that team fucking pissed me off. Like, no, we don't do that here. If we lose, we're like, I hate everything in life, but we go again next week. You know? Like, you get some decent fans, like, again, if you go to New York, they're very passionate. If you go to, like, places like that, again, the Boston Celtics, they give a fuck. That's the fan bases that are well known there. The same way, like, NFL, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, because they give a shit, they actually care about their fucking team. But it's different if you're, like, a Miami Dolphins or something, where it's just, yeah, show up if you like tourism games. And their stadium's dead half the time, and that's it. But that team has a lot of fucking history. So, it's one of those. Exactly that. Like, a traitor's a traitor in all the aspects, right? But at least a Scottish traitor's still Scottish. You know, he's homegrown, so we can at least know his intentions. He's not going to be like, yeah, I'm going to invest in a different business for no reason whatsoever. I'm going to buy this fucking little team. What's this one called? Is this one called Rangers? I guess we're going to buy this one then. It sounds like Texas Rangers. That's why we're buying them. Yeah, so no one tell the Boston people that there's a team over there called Celtics. The fucking main ones will come calling, you know what I mean? You know, like, you can imagine how it would go, but, no. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. That's the best way to put it. But we're about 2.5 hours in, so let's get ready to wrap it. I need to find. Oh, it's always going to be at the fucking bottom, isn't it? I always do this. Yep. Fabulous work, Callum. Fabulous work. Why would you want out at a perfectly good situation? Like, you get it at any other team, even some English teams, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But Desmond's like, I mean, Celtic, I should say, are like one of the best business run clubs in Britain in terms of output for what they bring in. Celtic are the best when it comes to financially handling their money. We're up there when it like with teams like fucking Liverpool, in the sense of the fact that we'll buy one or two key players every season. That's maybe it. Right, we're not doing what Rangers do, which is kind of what City do, where they just fucking basically look across the field and go, we'll buy him, we'll buy him, we'll buy him, we'll take you on loan, and if you're good, we'll buy you, we'll take you, we'll take you. And maybe two of them stick. But Celtic, when we make a signing, it's like, yeah, we're bringing them in for this reason. That's the difference. So even bringing in a different board, or a different fucking, overall, shareholder, I don't think it's going to change the way that Rangers fundamentally work. Just the fact that they might have a bit more money to play with. But again, it comes back to that point. Anything that you win now, every single fan will just look at you and go, "You've paid for it." That's what we do with City. That's what we do to Newcastle if they win the Carabao Cup final. They bought it. Because that's how it goes. You know what I mean? Fucking shouldn't be a business. It should be a sport. I'm going to wrap it up. Because we've got... Oh no, yeah, no, Rangers will come back at some point. There will be an inevitable stint where for like 5 or 6 years we are feeling just as miserable as Gazas. But you never know. You never know. Let me pull this up. There we go. Let's get ready to wrap this one up, I suppose. Not a bad stream by any means. We gained a couple of subscribers back, and I can always appreciate that. So, let me do the outro thing, and then we can wrap this up and let you go on your way. So, thank you for watching, thank you for coming along, thank you for taking the time to stop in and do that. Fair enough, that is an interesting comment. Man United just scored, fair enough, that's pretty much Arsenal's title race done. It needs Liverpool win the league basically, fantastic. But yeah, if you've watched this for the whole stream or just a little bit of it, we do appreciate you kind of stopping along. We'll be live again as promised on the 16th ideally, if I remember that the game isn't at like 3 PM and I wake up at like fucking 12. I'm like, oh shit, it's in 15. Nah, I can't do that game, so I'll actually make like a note of that. But 15 minutes beforehand, you'll most likely see me live. And if Celtic win that game, we wrap up the league as well. So interesting. Can't really argue with it too much. Pretty chuffed with that. If you want a little bit more content, you can click on the little channel icon. There's a bunch of videos and shorts that you can watch. Like I said, there won't be any shorts for a while yet because I need to wait until I get a new phone to get my studio creator thing back in. So that's a little unfortunate, but nonetheless, I'll keep the VOD up as usual. I'll put it in the kind of overall Watchalongs playlist so you can venture with it. But yeah, that's basically everything. Time to wrap this up fully. Celtic are still the best team in the world. I'll catch you next time, boys. I'll walk on the bike, I'll jack it 100%, don't you worry. You just take it easy, boys. Right, bailing out time. See you in the 16th where we win the league. That'll be fun. But, I mean, hopefully we get someone decent in the semi-final draw. Praying for St Johnstone or Livingston, that'd be funny as fuck. Catch you after. Enjoy. Take it easy. Have a lovely rest of your weekends. Bye!